Alright guys, hope you're doing well. Welcome to another beer review, and today we're going over to Goose Island and we're looking at the IPA, which bright citrus aromas, bold hop finish. Goose Island Brewing Company, coming out of Chicago, Illinois, Bold, Winsville, New York, and Fort Collins, Colorado. I think CO is Colorado, not too sure. But yeah, so Goose Island, a staple now in most supermarkets back here in the UK. Pretty much the core range. I'm not too sure what the distribution is like when it comes to the more prestigious and more, what's the word? Because I think they are a highly regarded brewery, even though they were taken over. Well, then you get the people who, like, as soon as the brewery's taken over, they pretty much just destroy all the beers they have. And but at the same time, when there's a limited special release, they're always the first motherfuckers queuing up. So yeah, you can't really complain when you then pay more and contribute more to that brewery with the special releases. But we all know that there are people like that. Doesn't matter what hobby it is. Me personally, I don't care if you're taken over by, you know, friggin' communist party in Russia who owns breweries. Terrible example, I know, but I don't care. If you produce good beer, I'll give it a try, and I might drink it again. But I know people say, oh, you shouldn't like support breweries owned by the likes of Anheuser-Busch, Heineken, blah 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 blah. But when you really think about it, yeah, you can buy beers like Goose Island on a regular basis. But the beers that you buy from independent bottle shops and from breweries who don't have a big conglomerate owning them, you can still buy their beers, and more money is going to them, and therefore to the, you know, the sacred world of craft beer. So, you know, don't really fall into these traps. Buy beer, doesn't matter who makes it. If you enjoy it, keep buying it, and if you don't, stop buying it. I mean, I completely respect people who take that stance of, I can't support this brewery anymore. Fair enough, but you're not a better person because you do that. You are not superior in any way. And yeah, that's all I've got to say about that, really. Even though I think I mention that every time I talk about a brewery owned by a bigger company. And speaking of which, I've actually forgotten who owns these. It's not Constellation, because I think they own Lagunitas. Is it AB InBev? I can't remember. That's absolutely terrible. I'm now getting on my high horse talking about this stuff, and then I can't even tell you who owns Goose Island. It's pretty much because I don't fucking care. And with the fact that we've got Goose Island beers in the supermarket that you can get on offer, I want to give them a try. And if it's good, I'll try it again. And I don't care what you tell me, because beer's beer. You know, it's still an art form. You know, just because they brew this on a bigger basis than they usually do, I don't know, you can't really make that comparison anyway about quality dropping off, because unless you have a fresh beer from like 2014 and then have a bottle fresh from like 2018, it's impossible. It is actually impossible to compare these beers, because it's just so tiresome, isn't it, though? Sorry to go on a little bit of a rant, but it pisses me off. Not to the point where I lose sleep over it, because quite frankly I couldn't give a fuck. But, you know, these people who like take the high like put themselves on a pedestal. Joe, I'm going to re-record this because this isn't going to be a review anymore. This is just a rant that I'm going to put up. You know, you get these people who think they're so fucking morally superior because they don't support the bigger companies. And it's like, who the fuck are you, really? Do you know what I mean? Well, why should that matter? You know, you buy cars. You know, an independent car company, as if there were any independent car companies, let's be honest. You know, businesses are there to prosper. And breweries are just the same. Doesn't matter if it's Wicked Weed, Lagunitas or Goose Island. Who gives a fuck? They're doing good. You'd be a fucking idiot. Sorry for all the cursing. You'd be an absolute idiot if you were to turn down a multi-million-dollar deal for your business. And if you did that, you're not a businessman, and you should get out of the business because you're going to be bankrupt soon. You know, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes with most of these deals, especially if it's a family-run brewery. Just because, you know, Daddy started up a brewery doesn't necessarily mean you have to carry it on if you've got other plans. You know, it's fair enough. And I am all for, you know, supporting local businesses. I love to support my local bar shop. I love going to the Northern Beer Temple in Wigan, but I can't go there all the time, can I? And I've got good beer available in most supermarkets and most shops near me. So, yeah, as a reviewer, I'm going to tend to go to those places because it means more content. Especially if, you know, you're an idiot like me and you do daily beer reviews. You know, you get to a point where you might look at your little beer collection and you're like, shit, I've only got like 1 or 2 beers. I don't really want to open them at this point. So, yeah, I don't know. I fully respect people, don't get me wrong. And don't take this as personal, it's just an idiot's opinion. I fully respect your stance, okay? If you don't want to support a brewery because they've been taken over, fair enough. I get where you're coming from. But don't treat me like an inferior person because I still want to support that brewery whose beers I enjoy. And yeah, that's it really. So yeah, look out for a Goose Island IPA review soon. Hopefully I can get it done again because I might end up going on a tangent like this. So impromptu rant. Apologies about the bad language. What are your thoughts, opinions? Am I an absolute cunt for thinking this? Am I wrong? Am I right? I don't care if you agree with me or disagree with me. If you've got an opinion, I'm going to respect it no matter what. I think we need more of that. We need more discussion in life in general. But no, we've got universities now where they're kicking off because a tutor had the audacity to tell the students to cut down on the drinking and focus on the studying. And now they need safe zones and counselling because of, you know, that sort of thing. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I've probably destroyed my own channel by doing this video. Anyway, see you guys later.